Hello, my name is Dr. Beth Brombos. I am a blogger. I'm also an author, and one of my big passions is helping bloggers, video bloggers, and other content creators repurpose their content and turn it into a book so that they can share their passion, help build authority and build their platform, and then also create a little bit of passive revenue with a book. And then today I wanted to get on and chat through 3 things that you can do as you begin to write your book to help you stay organized, or 3 little tips to help you stay organized, because I know that it can be a little difficult to stay on track, especially when you have a lot of other things going on in your life. So my number 1 tip is to have a plan for your book. And so a lot of times that means having an outline, but then just overall having a plan of attack too, in terms of what your goal is for the book, who you are trying to serve with your book. So that includes your your reader avatar, or your ideal client, your ideal reader, that sort of thing. Keeping that in mind and then staying on track with your outline. So I really do strongly recommend taking the time to sit down and write out an outline. Really think through what your reader will need in order to get everything you want out of them to get out of that book. So if your goal for your book is to teach them how to do something, what are all of the steps that they're going to need to learn how to do in order to get to that end point where you want them to be at the end of the book, where they've learned this new skill or tool, that sort of thing. So just keep that in mind and really stick with your outline. Not that you can't modify it, you certainly can, but that will help you keep organized as you're writing too. If you sit down to write, you'll know exactly what you need to write about because you're going off of that outline. So definitely take the time to write an outline. So that is tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to use a calendar. And again, this is really big for staying organized and planning. A lot of us, we have these grand dreams to write a book, and then it's something that always gets pushed off. I know that this is something I'm personally struggling with right now. I am in the middle of working on my 2nd book, but these past couple of weeks have been very busy, and I haven't been able to spend as much time as I would like to writing my book because other urgent tasks have come up that I really needed to work on, things that were a little bit more time sensitive. However, I need to do a better job of this, and I would encourage you all to do a good job of this too, by setting out time in your calendar and actually mark it out. So mark out 2 to 3 hours each week minimum to sit down and work on your book, creating content. And again, this is just if you're starting to write, focusing on getting that rough draft done. So not worrying about it being perfect, but just getting your ideas on the page. You can always go out and edit it afterwards, but just try to get that rough draft down. It's a lot easier once you have it down to go back and edit and add. There's that big mental hurdle that comes from just getting that first draft down, and once you're done, it'll feel so much better, and honestly, the process will go a lot faster too. So that's tip number 2. And then tip number 3 is that you need to have the right tools for really making sure that you're working efficiently. One that I wanted to share today in today's scope is what I'm personally using to write my book currently, which is Scrivener. It is a paid program, but it's what most authors are using if they're pretty serious authors. And after downloading it and using it, I know why. It does make it much easier to, for example, reorganize sections of text, and it just automatically makes one section flow from one to another. So even if you're working on a chapter, you can break down your chapters into smaller sections and then easily reorder them, which just makes it a lot easier in the editing process, so you're not having to cut and paste big chunks of text. So again, that software is called Scrivener. You can buy it from Literature and Latte is the name of the company that makes it. I'm not making any money off of promoting this. It's just been incredibly helpful as I work to write my book, as I help to also help some of my clients put together books as well. So that's one tool that's really helpful. I do want you all to know that I have a brand new little free worksheet that you can download. You go to blogger2author.com/tools, and there you will get my top 5 tools that every author needs to write their book. I'll give you a hint. Scrivener is on there as one of the 5, and the rest of the 4 are totally free, so no cost. So be sure to go on over and download that. Again, that's blogger2author.com/tools to get that free list of my top 5 tools that every author needs. And again, 4 of those are free. So can't beat free, right? Especially when you're trying to bootstrap your business and bootstrap what you're working on. So I hope you find those helpful. If you need that link, you can always go to my profile, and it's also in my profile. So I hope that you found these organization tips helpful. And really, I think that staying organized as you're writing your book will really help you get your book written faster, because you have a plan, because you know where you're going, and because you're making consistent progress. If you shelf your book for, a couple of weeks or even a month, it's easy to just forget about it. So really do make sure that you're staying consistent, that you're working with the plan, and then that you have the right tools that you need to really efficiently work on your book. So thank you for watching. If you found this information helpful, I always appreciate it if you would share with your followers. Any questions about just writing a book in general, always feel free to shoot me an email. I'm just Beth at bethbrombos.com. And have a great day.